Okay, so now let's look at each one of these modules one at a time and see what are your responsibilities and what are the competencies required under each module and what courses we offered in that module and how do they map. For example, in the first training module called Spiritual Excellence, you have these two competencies listed from the job description. In your job description, by the way, you will see that there are items that start with number 3. Those are the responsibilities. And there are items starting with 4. These are your core competencies. So spiritual excellence is a core competence. And here are the 2 items that relate to your spiritual excellence from the zonal supervisor job description, and we'll examine it. As you see here, the job description requires that you demonstrate exemplary personal behavior, be faithful in terms of spiritual practices, ethics, and the faithful presentation of Srila Prabhupada's teachings. The next item again emphasizes on spiritual standards. The spiritual standards, maintaining of spiritual standards, is also part of your responsibility that's listed in 3.3 that will show up on the next slide. We put it under relationship effectiveness. And for these, to build these competencies in a zonal supervisor, we offer the following courses that you might recall. Sadhana for leaders, the very first residential, the first couple of days, we have sannyasis, His Holiness Radhanath Swami, Giriraj Swami, Bhakti Charu Swami, and Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj, and they offered you these courses. Sadhana for leaders, Aparad, being Srila Prabhupada Nugas. Aparad was offered in the second residential. And the general topic of being Prabhupada Anugas. And the online course Vaishnava Sadachar. So they all focused on reinforcing excellence in your spiritual sphere. And then we had personal effectiveness as our next module. In this module, as you can see, there are responsibilities and then there are competencies. Competencies have been highlighted in this cyan blue color and this beige color, as you can see, and the responsibilities are left as is. Now let's highlight the key words in these responsibilities and key competence and see how they match up with the courses that we offer. So annual schedule of time, attending, conducting meetings, be able to handle pressure, and be results oriented. These are the key words under personal effectiveness. And the courses that we offer under this module are time management, chairing a meeting, fake debate, and the 4 principles for ISKCON leaders. Bhakti Charu Maharaj did this, that in 4 key principles. Your love for me will be shown by the way you cooperate. Never leave ISKCON. GBC as the ultimate managing authority, and unity in diversity. The result orientation might not have been so well covered, so that's a gap that we have identified and we need to fulfill. We'll talk about that a little later. The third module is relationship effectiveness, and once again we have picked up these responsibilities and competencies in this area. And once again, let's look at the key words: guidance and inspiration to centers, projects, and communities, and to ensure spiritual standards. Maintain and also grow in a sustainable fashion your communities, your projects, and centers. Foster trust and team spirit. Unity in diversity. So these are key words from the zonal supervisor responsibilities. Which courses did we offer that will help you to perform your responsibilities, to carry out your responsibilities in these areas. Community development, farm community, cultural engineers, situational leadership and empowerment. Now some of these courses, as you will see, they transcend boundaries. You can use them in multiple, they could be used in multiple modules, but we pick the module that they best belong to. And for unity and diversity, we picked Samanvaya, which was done twice, in the first residential as well as the second residential. Now looking at the second set of responsibilities and competence, encouraging devotees and to sustain their commitment to the principles of Krishna consciousness. Cooperative relationships, foster cooperative relationships. So for this, we offered courses such as reflective listening, red-black game, communication skills. Communication was a much broader course. It was also about the PR, but some of the aspects referred to these items in the job description. The last one, basic negotiation skills, that has not been covered because we could not arrange for the speaker to come for that specific topic, so we hope to take it up later. Now looking at the next item, which is the organizational effectiveness, that's our fourth module. Here is a list of various job descriptions and competence that you need to possess in order to be effective in that domain. And once again, let's look at the first one and look at the keyword, book distribution. And you very well remember the course that you just completed on book distribution by His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu. The next two items talk about succession, identifying and selecting ISKCON officers who will be your successors. We were not able to offer that course yet, so that's a gap. Looking at the next one, rectification of underperforming temples and temple presidents, officers, etc. For that, these courses such as systems thinking, temple administration, quality management, they might come handy. Looking at the next set of key responsibilities, let's look at the key words again. Strategic planning, communication strategies, and you remember the modules done by Gopal Bhatta Prabhu on strategic planning, and once again the communications course done by Uttama Prabhu. Evaluating future scenarios, so individuals can pursue the best possible development opportunities. For that, and for assisting your GBC zonal secretary with the global mandate by contributing relevant suggestions. For this, we thought the courses on change management, why religious movements succeed and fail, that might help. The next one is the ability to spread Krishna consciousness in one's area of responsibility. And for that, you need various skills, some of them mentioned above, but in addition, you could also use the marketing module that was taught by Gopal Bhatta Prabhu, fundraising, ISKCON Online, developing Bhakti Habitats, the course that you, again, just finished. And finally, we have the competence of developing or setting short, medium, and long-term goals. And for this, again, strategic planning and project management type of courses might help. Now, project management is or can be used to manage any project, to bring about a change in an organization. That's a project. To do strategic planning is a project in itself. To develop any system and to implement a new system, that's a project. So for all these projects, we could use the tools and concepts that you learned in project management. So here is this broad list of courses that were offered to help you improve your effectiveness in managing the organizational systems within ISKCON, especially within your zone. Finally, the compliance and administrative effectiveness. For this, as you see, there are many responsibilities as well as competencies, and they are kind of clubbed together so we can show you the courses that address these key responsibilities and the competencies that you will need as a zonal supervisor. From the first one, the key word is ISCOM law. And the second one, adhere to GBC resolutions, again part of ISCOM law. Next you see dispute resolution, and this course on restorative justice might help. If you have negotiation skills, that might have helped. Communication skills would have helped. And then being knowledgeable about Prabhupada's instructions about management. So styles of management, Srila Prabhupada that we heard from Giriraj Swami and Bhakti Charu Swami in the first residential. And again in the broader topic of being Srila Prabhupada Nugas by various sannyasis in the first and the second residential. The next one then is devotee care, and we did not offer a specific course in devotee care per se, but the course on temple administration had one module in it that did address devotee care. The next responsibility is about DD worship. Again, we did not offer a course on DD worship, and that's part of our future plan. Submitting and receiving reports. The course that you did on PowerPoint presentation at the residential by Konteya Prabhu, that might help you with what to include in a